Okay. Well, hi. My name is Courtney Patterson, and I am a junior at Hugo High School. We represent today. We did come 3 hours today, and I also represent Choctaw Nation Youth Empowerment. I serve as chairman on that coalition, and I'm glad to be here today. And one of the main things I guess I want to talk to you guys today is about media. So when that comes up, I'll get to tell you some stuff about that. So thank you for having me.
Hello, my name is Taylor Copeland. I'm from Antlers, Oklahoma. I'm a junior in high school. I'm here with the Choctaw Youth Empowerment Program, and I serve as the secretary for our YAB group. And the most important thing to me in our community is the use of underage drinking and alcohol.
Hi, my name is McCurtain. I'm from Alva, Oklahoma. And I'm president of my local SWAT team, or I'm also on the Woods County Coalition, and I'm here just to kind of talk to you a bit about tobacco prevention.
Good evening. I'm Sarah Williams. I am with the Choctaw Nation Youth Empowerment Program. I am the secretary, or not secretary, vice chair actually this year. And there's a big issue with teen pregnancy that I'd like to talk to you guys about.
Hello, I'm Kiara Perez, and I'm from Woodward, Oklahoma, and I'm going to be talking about human trafficking.
By talking a little bit about media influence on young people. And I thought about, instead of just asking point-blank questions at first, we might just make some statements and see if any of you want to fill in the blanks. So this one's just about the media, okay? So think about this. When I think about watching a sitcom like 2.5 Men, or renting a movie like Grown Ups or Magic Mike, or watching Miley Cyrus on MTV in all her glory, or when I think about listening to music by Lil Wayne or Wiz Khalifa, I'm amazed that when I think about these things, watching them, listening to them, wondering about them, I'm amazed that.
I guess I could say that I am amazed that I didn't know it had such a big impact on some of the smaller kids that are younger than me. I'm 16, so I'm not that old, but here recently, through the youth empowerment, we work with the elementary schools, and we go in and we help like DJ the fairy tale ball. That's one of the big things we do, and we kind of help supply music, and we dance with the kids. And here recently, when we did that, it was interesting that I had what I assumed was good music that they could listen to, and it was surprising to me. One of the kids came up, and he was like, "Hey, do you have Don't Drop That Thump-a-dum?" And I was like, don't drop that thump-a-dum. I was like, what? Which I guess that's one of the, I didn't even, this is a second grade fairy tale ball, and they're talking about, hey, yeah, play Don't Drop That Thump-a-dum, we like that song. And I'm like, okay, and it's appealing to me, and they're thinking, okay, well, here recently I did look into it, what actually Don't Drop That Thump-a-dum actually means, and it, it doesn't mean, I guess, what I assumed was a dance move. It's not actually a dance move. In the song, the thump-a-dum is referring to a molly, which a molly is crack cocaine in a pill, which, because it says in the song something about something, thump-a-dum, my thump-a-dum is blue. And so I guess people don't catch that because mollies are blue, which I researched, I don't know. But I looked into it, and so it's talking about this drug usage in the song. Of course I didn't play the song. But there's other kids just saying that, and they don't know, which was surprising to me. I mean, I didn't even know. So I think that's how media is coming off to some of the younger kids. They're thinking, oh, well, this is a cool song. Thump-a-dum has a repetitive word.
Courtney, could you spell Thump-a-dum? I mean, I'm not sure what it is.
Thump-a-dum is spelled. Thump-a-dum is spelled Thun.
Okay.
So it's a Thump-a-dum. Yes. So yeah, Thul. Thun.
Two.
I don't know what the A is. See, there's not even correct grammar in that. See? That's what I'm saying. So it's Thun, and it's like Thun twice. That's appealing to me.
Okay. done, so I know y'all are going to go home and get in that car this afternoon, get that radio station going, and listen to Bunda Dun. Because you better know what those lyrics are, okay? But I thank you for, you know what, I don't know about those songs, and I bet you don't either, so who knows about Bunda Dun? See, I knew that I knew about Bunda Dun or whatever the heck, okay? All right, well, media influence, what else would y'all have to say about it?
Well, I'm amazed that our society is so acceptable of all of this. Like, watching the the VMA awards.
Working ain't working.
Let me tell you, I was quite surprised that it was even accepted that this is actually on our TV, that our students and our children watch this, and it's okay. And it does have an impact on these kids. It does.
Anybody else want to say anything about that media? We go on, we come back, and if there's something you want to say, just throw it in there, okay? Our next topic is teen pregnancy. And I'd like to ask this, or I'd like to state this. I think Oklahoma wouldn't have such a big problem with teen pregnancy if we fill in the blank.
Well, we discussed this a while ago, and I believe that our students are confused. They don't know the difference between lust and love. And I think that as adults, as parents, as teachers, mentors, advisors, we need to show these students through our actions and our words that we love them and what love is, to your spouses. Your children will see you and your spouse, and they need to know how you feel towards them, what that is. They kind of shortcut themselves, and not only that, like through the media, teen moms, 16 and pregnant, that's actually a series. It's acceptable in our society, and I don't even think that they have any idea how hard it is. Because our
student that was pregnant.
And your gut is saying, oh, I would love to do that, or oh, that would feel so good, or oh my gosh, I want to be close to you. But we don't talk to kids about setting boundaries and how to get out of uncomfortable situations. You don't always have to say no. You can say, I think I heard my dad calling, or I think, or my mother would kill me if I did that, or I gotta go study for a test. I mean, that's just a delay skill. That's just a delay tactic to teach young people. And these are the kinds of things that they are learning, and hopefully you all are gonna be making leaders out of younger people that come along. Will you study in your coalitions and be doing that? Good. Any pressing questions about any of the topics or any of the communities where they live, and any solutions that you didn't hear about in their discussion?
I have a question. Doing the right thing is not always the popular thing. So I'm wondering, do you meet a lot of opposition from your peers? And if you do, how do you guys handle that?
Repeat that question, would you? Did you hear? Would you repeat the question?
She asked how we handle meeting those opportunities and peer pressure, and how we handle the reality of what goes on. Is that what you're asking? I think we face that every day, but as leaders, people know who you are if you're a leader. If you're a leader, people are going to know, because you stand up for what's right. And of course you're going to be faced with those opportunities, but I don't think you're as tempted to do that, because if you know who you are and you know that that's not right, I think that you know when to say no, and that it's easier to say no than to quit, because if you ever start, you fell right in. And I think that's most important than starting early and teaching your kids the consequences. And I think you mentioned boundaries. Well, there's, when we think of boundaries, we think of like lines, and I think a lot of times in relationships and at parties, there's this line, and you might cross that line, but my line might keep moving. That line might be, well, I just kissed him. Well, he just put my hand up my shirt. Well, I just did this. Well, that all leads, and eventually that line just disappears. And I think that, drawing that line and sticking to it is what a lot of kids have problems with, because no no kid wants to fall in, but they don't really have a very dark line.
Can you spend the night and go with me to this parent program tomorrow? Gosh.
I'd like to add to that. Everybody, I don't care who you are, you have peer pressure. You can be pressured to do stuff. You all, even you as adults, will be put in positions to be tempted. You know, you'll be tempted. It's human nature. Us as students, we will too, a lot worse, so most of the time. Don't tell the kids not to put themselves in positions to be tempted. You can go around all of this. Like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what happened to me at Pushmataha. I had a ride home with one of my friends, and I kind of just followed her around. You know, I was ready to go home, but you know, she got called over to one of the trailers or whatever. We walked through the door, and everybody in there was drinking. Everybody had a beer in their hand. They were having a good, quote unquote, good time or whatever. They put a beer in my hand. I stood there. I was still in the doorway, and every one of them looked at me and was like, "Oh, Sarah, you can't be that good of a kid." Da, 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 da. You know, just it's constant. You know, in my mind, like that's all they were saying. And I'm going to be honest. I took one sip of that. I sat it down and I said, "This is not the life that I'm choosing to live," and I walked out. We all get tempted. All of us. We all will. It's the times that we put ourselves in predicaments to be tempted. Let your kid know to be careful. Just be careful.
Thank you. Well, we are out of time. If we want to get you all out of here at 4:30, we're out of time. I tell you what this made me think of when they were talking now. It took me back to this story that happened in 1997, and it was two Girl Scouts, someplace up north. And it was Girl Scout cookie time, and there was a big contest in their town. And these two girls sold more Girl Scout cookies than have ever been sold before together, and they got in teams. And together they sold over 2,400 boxes of Girl Scout cookies, and they won this big prize, and they were recognized by the small town newspaper. And when the interviewer asked them, you know, how did you do this? How did you sell so many boxes? And they said, well, first of all, we had the cookies. And second of all, we made the ask. And it just makes me think about we need to do a better job as adults in making the ask. If you have a faith community and they got a youth group, talk to the youth group leader, make the ask right there. If you got a neighborhood school and you think you can do something that you heard today, make the ask. If you are connected to a Boys and Girls Club or a youth organization, or you're a coach for the soccer team, make the ask. So I think that I'm so appreciative of your time and your talents, and it just amazes me how you get in front of all these adults and you do such a fantastic job. So thank you all for coming, and thank you all for being here.